Greetings, I'm Barrent and welcome to Meet Me at the Table. Today we're going to continue our playthrough of Kingdom Death Monster. We are in the fight for our lives. We're going to be taking on a level 3 Butcher. We're going to see if we can hopefully take him down. Now I did have a chance to get our Lantern armor all painted up. So here's our Lantern armor. She's ready to go. She's got her mace and I kind of gave her a new kind of shield, though we don't actually have that shield. I just thought it looked really cool. So I gave it to her. She's actually got the leather shield. I also did a couple other things from our last video to switch things up. I did give Hawk some bandages. I've got a lot of comments saying grab bandages. Bandages are something you need. So I've grabbed some bandages and got rid of his cat eye circlet just because we're going to have to be shuffling his deck so many times that I'm not really even sure if it's going to be worth having. Also, we grabbed another set of bandages for our Raph, our new character. He got rid of his Lucky Charm because there aren't any critical hit locations. I think there might be one that we can hit. So I thought, why not get rid of that? And we also went ahead and gave him a lion headdress, which is going to give him even more armor to his head, bringing his head armor up to 7. That's really about all the changes. I think I got rid of the Bone Dagger and grabbed a Dried Acanthus for Kalidia because, well, first off, she's going to get the priority target token, which means she's going to get just rocked by his Butcher right after the fight, and also just hopefully getting her a little bit more protection. We need to try to stay alive through this fight. I don't know if we're going to be able to do it. We're going to do our best, see how it goes, but those are the changes I made to our characters. I know I wasn't sure what to do with the iron from the last video, but I decided to save it. I had a lot of really good ideas. Some were telling me to maybe grab that dagger. That wouldn't be bad, but I think we're going to save it because if we can take out the level 3 Butcher, we might be able to get some more iron, and then in that case, we could actually make something really cool, hopefully coming up in the next thing, and maybe be able to take out the Watcher. We might even go into the next video. That's what we got. Now, this is a level 3 Butcher, so there's a lot of new things he's got. One, he has this invincible card. This is ridiculous. It says the Butcher is invincible. Well, I hope not. It says when the Butcher is wounded on roll a d10 on a result of 8+, the wound fails. Now, for those that haven't played the 1.0 version, this is the 1.5 card set that I have. The 1.0 version used to say 6+. Oh my gosh, that's even worse. Now, of course, we have seen his dreaded trophies. It does say when a survivor dies, place their miniature on this card. The monster gains the following bonus for each miniature on the trophy, and they're going to go up in probably devastation as we continue forward. He does have his fast target. This is the one I was talking about where it says at the beginning of the Butcher's turn, reshuffle the Butcher's hit location deck, and includes his deck and discard pile. So we're going to put that down, and then this one is just terrible. Sorry, bump the camera. It says Frenzied Berserker. Draw 2 AI cards every turn. Sorry, +2. So we get this regular one and then +2. So I did have a thought of maybe leaving her in the back, and then he would have to come up, and that would really be his turn. But he draws pretty much 3 AI cards, so I don't even know if that's worth it. He also is going to start with some extra tokens. He gets 2 +1 accuracy tokens, 2 +1 damage tokens, and if that wasn't enough, he of course also gets 2 +1 speed tokens. Hopefully we can turn those into negative speed tokens. That's going to be our plan. And that's really about it. Now I've gone ahead and made up his deck. It is consisting of 11 basic and 10 advanced, and that's his entire AI deck that he has. So we've gone ahead and made that up. I've shuffled it and ready to go. He has a 15 toughness. He moves 5 spaces. He has Frenzied Berserker, Fast Target, Invincible, Dreaded Trophies, and Indomitable. We've seen this one before. Basically, if he gets knocked down, he stands back up. And he also has Infectious Lunacy, which I've gone ahead and given all of our characters our Infectious Lunacy card, which is terrible. It says, when suffering brain damage, gain Lunacy tokens equal to the damage suffered. When you have 3 Lunacy tokens, remove them all and suffer the Frenzy Brain Trauma, which means I'm not going to be able to use a Survival, I believe, is one of the downfalls of Frenzy. So we're not looking forward to that. And he is a level 3 Butcher, so if I have to suffer damage equal to the monster's level, that's 3, boom, we trigger their lunacy. So this can be really quick. All right, guys, I'll have 10 survival. Whoever can use all 10 survival first wins the reward of being able to not be frenzied before he did it. That's about the only reward I got, because I'm hoping I can take this guy out. Hopefully we don't get butchered to pieces. That's it. I'm ready to take this guy down. We also have some stuff out here. We have Fresh Acanthus. We get that because of his armor. We also have a bug patch out here. This is from our strategist, and we have 3 columns out here as well. Those are set up from the Butcher's actual showdown. That's it. We're ready to go. Do you think we have what it takes to take down the level 3 Butcher? If so, then I need you to meet me at the table. All right, it is time to protect Solace. We're going to go ahead and take on this level 3 Butcher. We get to go first because, of course, he has attacked our town. We're going to go ahead and start with Raph. He's going to dash 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to right there. And that's going to go ahead and lower his survival down to 9. Now, remember, we're going to try to use as much of this as we can because this is going to disappear real fast. He's going to then move 1, 2, 3, 4 to back here. And then he's going to go ahead and attack with his Lance of Longinus. His Lance of Longinus gets 2 speed and it needs a 6+ in order to hit. Now, he does have +1 accuracy, so he only needs a 5+. Let's go ahead and roll our dice and see how we do. We got a 9 and a 4, so we did hit him one time. Let's see where we hit him. We have hit him in the Furious Bellow. Reflex. The Butcher unleashes a deep guttural roar. Unless the attacker is deaf or has +3 courage, they suffer brain damage equal to the monster's level and are knocked down. That is an absolute terrible way to start. All right, we're going to see if we wound the Furious Bellow. Now, of course, it doesn't really matter because if we do or not, his reflex is going to go off. We got a 6 + 9 is 15. Plus, I get +2 strength, so that's a 17, and his toughness is 15. So we have wounded him. I'm going to go ahead and take 1 card off the eye stack and put it in the wound stack. We're going to go ahead and make this activate. It's going to go ahead and cause damage unless I have +3 courage, and Raph actually has 4 courage from our settlement event when we actually did the Memento Mori. He was able to gain the courage of our character. So he has 4 courage. That doesn't actually even affect him. That was his first attack. Now, of course, he does get a -1 toughness token for that. So we're going to go ahead and place that down on his board. That is helping us a lot. I wonder if I should surge with him right now. I might as well. He's standing right there. Why don't we surge with him? We're going to go ahead and surge. We're going to bring his survival down to 8. He's going to go ahead and attack again. He might as well. We're going to see how we do. Roll up our dice. And we got, Lantern 10 and a 9. So those are 2 hits. Now, of course, I don't get anything for the critical hit, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and we've got the Cleaver. The attacker's heart is frozen with dread. The attacker gains +1 insanity. All right. And then we got one where if I wound, the Butcher is knocked down. All survivors gain +1 courage. While the monster is knocked down, all reactions are canceled and all to hit rolls succeed on a 3+. If I fail, he performs the basic action, target the attacker. So we're going to do the Cleaver first. There's really no reason to roll this because it's impervious, and I'm going to automatically gain 1 insanity. Then we're going to go ahead and attack our Furious Gate. Let's roll up our Furious Gut, not Gate, and we have actually wounded the Furious Gut. So we have done 2 wounds to him. I'm going to take another wound off the eye stack and put it down. Now that causes him to get knocked down. So he's knocked down. We all gain +1 courage. Our Butcher is indomitable. He does say whenever this monster attacks or is attacked, it stands at the end of that attack. So he was knocked down during his attack, so I believe he's going to go ahead and stand back up, which really didn't help us out too much. I would love to get the extra +3, or be able to hit on a 3, which would have been fantastic, but it's not going to happen. We're going to go ahead, and I think we're going to use Hawk next. He's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4 to right here. He's just going to dash. He's going to dash to right there, going ahead and dropping his survival, of course, down to 9. Then he's going to use his action and reaction to go ahead and fire off his arc bow. I have to use both my action and my ranged action to do it. Now, I don't get the extra abilities from this card, which are really too bad. But before we do, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use an action to move into any space occupied by the giant stone face. This is going to be my surge. I'm going to surge this. We're going to go to 8. I'm going to do a surge to be able to jump up onto this stone thing here, and we're going to go ahead and fire at him. He's going to gain +2 range when I fire it from right there. So he's going to be able to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is totally fine. He's in range. I'm going to be able to gain +2 accuracy while I'm standing on top of this stone face and +2 range, which is going to be awesome. So I'm actually going to be hitting on a 4+ with my arc bow. And he does have +2 accuracy, so that drops it down to a 2+. Let's go ahead and roll that up and see how we do. We got a 6. That's enough to hit him. Where did we hit our Butcher? We have hit him in the Butcher's mask. If I wound him, the blow shocks the Butcher, knocking it off balance. The Butcher staggers, gains -2 toughness till the end of the round. If I'm failure, the Butcher effortlessly shoves the attacker away. Full move towards the attacker. If the Butcher ends its movement adjacent to the attacker, they say, oh no, they don't want that to happen. All right, we're going to see if we're able to wound him with that arc bow. We got a 9. That's going to be enough because I get to add another 9 to this. So we got 18. That's ridiculous. We were able to wound the Butcher. I'm going to go ahead and take a card off the AI stack, put it in the wound stack, and then then he has -2 toughness for the end of this round. I'm going to place this right here so I can totally forget about it, because that's probably what's going to happen. We're going to go into our next person's turn. It's going to be her. She's going to go ahead and start by dashing. She's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then she's going to go ahead and spend her move action to move another 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 behind the monster. I move the camera so you can actually see her get right behind that monster. She's going to go ahead and attack him with her whistling mace. She's got her whistling mace here. That is a 3 speed. It needs a 6+ to hit, but she has +2 accuracy, so it's only a 4+, plus it's in the blind spot, so it gets a 3+ in order to hit. Not a perfect hit, I can look at the AI card, and if I get a 1, I get to hurt myself. Oh, hopefully I don't do that. So I'm going to go ahead and roll up 3 dice and see how we do. I need to get a 3+. And we got 3 hits. We're going to go ahead and look at the next 3 hit cards and see how we do. We have gotten the Cleaver, which is going to be, well, just another Imperious one, so she gains +1 insanity. That's going to be the first one she hits, because it doesn't matter. Then we got the Furious Gauntlets. The attacker locks eyes with the Savage Horror underneath the Butcher's mask. Turn to face the attacker and intimidate. Roll a d10 and a 5+. The attacker suffers 1 brain damage per monster level. Oh, we don't want that one. Let's see what this one is. This is the Furious Embraces. It says the Butcher lashes out at the attacker's face, striking them with the back of his hand. Perform basic action, target the attacker. The attacker gains B4 damage. Headhunter. Oh, we don't want that one either. All right, so we got 2 of these out here. These are both terrible. We're going to see if we can wound both of these locations. Now, she gets a total strength of 3 from her whistling mace. Then she has 2 innate, so that's 5. 3, 4, 5, and she's got her Monster Tooth necklace, which gives her another 2 strength. So she gets a total of +7 to this roll. So we're going to go after the Furious Vambrace first and see how that goes. The first roll she gets is a 7. So 7 + 7 is a 14, plus it's sharp. She gets to roll an extra dice. That's a ton of damage. This thing has actually been wounded. We're going to go ahead and remove that, take the top card off our A deck and put it in the wound stack. Next, she's going to try to hit the Furious Gauntlets. Let's see how she does. She gets a 2. That's no good. 7, 8, 9. Plus she's going to get her so she got a 6 plus 9 is, I think that's still enough, 15. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh no, that's not enough. She only got 13. Oh, again, look, I almost forgot my card. 13. Basically 14, 15 because it has -2 toughness, so we did actually wound this location. We're going to go ahead and discard that hit location card, and we're going to take another card off the eye deck and put it in the wound stack. That was awesome. And I think it's time. Oh, plus he's got his -1 toughness token, so I had 14. I missed it only by 1, but then that card saved me. We're going to go ahead and surge with her. That brings her survival down to 8. She only has 8 survival now, and we're going to go ahead again and roll 3 dice. We need a 3+ in order to hit this character. And we hit him 3 times, and I've got one of the critical hits, so I get to look at the top card of the eye deck and see if we want it on top or bottom. Double hack. How much damage does it do? Only 1. Bleed 2. Target gains 2 bleeding tokens. Oh man, that's terrible. I think we're going to put that at the bottom. Though I don't think there's anything in the eye deck that's actually any good at all. We're still going to put it at the bottom. I'm going to look at the 3 next AI cards and see how it goes. We have found... Oh no, we found the trap. Okay, oh no, the zone of death is absolutely a terrible zone here. Let's see what it says. It says the Butcher explodes in a burst of ferocity, zone of malice. The attacker is doomed. All survivors in the zone of malice gain 1 bleeding token and suffer knockback 5. Perform basic action, target the attacker. Oh no, this is terrible. All right, so the first thing that's going to happen is all survivors in the zone of malice gain 1 bleeding token and suffer knockback 5. Now the attacker is doomed, which means he is not doomed, but he's already dashed this turn, so he cannot do it. So he's going to get knocked back 5. And I believe when you're in a corner, you can choose which way you want to go. I'm going to go this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 deck to here, and he gets knocked back. Does he get knocked down? I don't know. Let's go ahead and look at it again. Zone of Malice, bleeding token, and it suffers knockback. It doesn't say he's knocked down. So he's knocked back 5. She's knocked back 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They both are going to gain 1 bleeding token. So we're going to give 1 to Gwyneth, and we're going to give 1 to Raph. They both have 1 bleeding token on them. Now, on top of that, I'm going to have to get attacked by him, too, which is going to be terrible. So we're going to go ahead, turn him. He's going to move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and attack her. She's never going to get up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, she can get up there. Good. Hoofta. All right, let's see how he does. Let's go ahead and see what the Butcher is going to do. His basic action is he's going to have a 2 speed, 4 accuracy, and 1 damage. So he does have 2 speed tokens, so it's going to be a 4 speed attack. He's going to need a 4+, but he does have +2 accuracy. It's a 2+. She has a +1 evasion, so that's 3+. So he gets 4 attacks at 3+. Let's roll up those 4 attacks and see how it goes. Hopefully he doesn't hit with too many of these. He hit with, he missed with 1. He missed with 2. All right, so he only hit us twice. Let's see what he did and where he hit us. He hit us in the head and the body. The attack normally does 1 damage, but it gets +2 because of its strength token. So I'm down to 7 in the head and 7 in the waist. Now, of course, I couldn't dodge or block any of this because I've already used my surge. I'm doomed. I can't do anything about it. So I've taken the 3 here. We're good to go. I also have to gain another bleeding token. I mean, we're up to 2 bleeding tokens already. We're getting close already. I've got a whole pile of bleeding tokens over here because I'm gonna need them. So hopefully we can get these off of her before the next turn. Chlamydia is the only person to go. We're going to go ahead and mix up our hit location deck because we found the trap. Now, I also added in that card I put on the board because I want to remember the -2 toughness, but I have to put it in here, of course, because I'm shuffling the entire hit location deck, because normally that'd be in the discard pile. She's going to go next. There's actually nothing I'm going to do with her. I'm going to leave her right there. I have a trick here. She has the target token here, the priority target token. So that means the Butcher is going to do everything in its power to do something to her. It gets to draw 3 AI cards, 1 for its original attack, and then 2 because of its Frenzied Berserker. I'm hoping that 2 of those cards would hopefully take its whole turn to get down here before it can actually attack me. That's what I'm hoping. We'll see how this all plans out. This could be an absolutely worst plan ever, but I'm hoping it'll pay off. The Butcher's on the total opposite side of the board, so hopefully it takes some time for him to get down here. We're going to draw our first card. This is his original attack that he's going to do this turn. It is Hack. Pick target, closest threat facing, closest threat, no target menace. Okay, so all this is going to get skipped because it's going to attack the priority target token. So it's going to move down towards her. So it has a 5 movement. So it's going to go ahead, turn, move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right back to where it was. That was its first AI card. Now it has its Frenzied Berserker. We're going to go ahead and check out the second card, Kick. Closest threat facing, closest threat, no target. Again, going at the priority target token, and it's going to move and then attack. So its movement is 5. It's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, it can't get to her, so it's not actually going to perform the attack. And its last one. This is its Frenzied Berserker. Now, of course, it also has a lot of other stuff it's supposed to do. It's supposed to do its fast target at the beginning of each monster turn, shuffle the deck. Well, I just shuffled it, so I'm not going to shuffle it again. But we're going to go ahead and do his third card from his Frenzied Berserker. And it says, Hack. Closest threat facing, threat, menace. Okay, it is going to go ahead and move and attack target. It's going to attack with 2 speed, so it's actually 4 speed. It needs a 2+ to hit. Now, I believe Chlamydia has at least 1 evasion. She does, so it's going to need a 3+ to hit. It's going to do 1 damage, and of course, after that, it's going to get a bleeding token. So we're going to go ahead, and we do have to perform this one. It's going to move right up here and attempt to attack her. So it's going to attack with 4 dice. That needs a 3+ to hit. So hopefully this thing does not hit me very much. Let's see how it goes. Come on, Butcher, miss! The Butcher, oh, it missed with 1. That's good. Now I can dodge one of these if we decide to. So we're going to go ahead, roll up our 3 hit locations and see where they are. I'm going to dodge 1 to the body. We're going to go ahead and drop Chlamydia's survival, down to 7, and she's going to take a ton of damage. I think it's 3 to each of these locations. And then we're going to go ahead and gain our first bleeding token for her as well. That damage is going to bring us both down to 1 in the arms and 1 in the body, and of course, my first bleeding token. After that attack, I'm going to go ahead and remove my priority target token. I'm not that anymore because I was attacked. We're now going to go into our turn. I think she's going to be the first one to go. She's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right back here. Except actually I got a better plan. She's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I was hoping to pounce into his backside, but I can't. We're just going to go ahead and attack him from there, from the blind spot, with our Cat Fang knife. I'm going to be able to roll 3 speed, but I get to roll an extra 1 because I have my White Lion coat. So I have 4 speed. I need a 5+ in his blind spot, plus she has +1 accuracy, so I only need a 4+ in order to hit. So let's see how we do. Rolling up our 4 dice. Come on, we hit. Wow, we hit with all 4. Now, I don't know if that's ever a good thing, but I guess damage is damage. We're going to go ahead and see how we do. Now, I did forget one thing in the first round that we have to do. The Butcher took a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits. Now, I know this might change what his AI would have been against her, but those 7 hits, I have to actually roll to see if they actually affect him, because he is invincible. He is on a result of 8+. The roll to hit, the wound actually fails. So we have to go ahead and roll 8 dice to see if we actually did not get hit by him, or if we didn't actually damage him. Sorry. Let's see, any 8+s, we didn't actually wound him. We only got 1 8+, so I'm going to take 1 off the top of the deck. Now, I know that would have kind of affected his attacks. It would have actually been, whatever that one was, would have probably been the first one he attacked with. But it'll be okay. He's got a lot of fun things in his deck, so I'm not too worried about it. But we only didn't wound him once, which is pretty good. Now, we did hit him 4 times with our Cat Fang knife. Let's see how we do. No trap. Okay, we didn't get a trap, but I think this is going to be that cleaver again, so I'm going to gain +1 insanity and put that to the side. Failure. The attacker locks eyes with a savage beast. All right, we've seen this one, the savage horror. Reflex. The Butcher lashes out wildly, clearing a path for itself. All survivors adjacent to the Butcher suffer bash. Full move forward towards the furthest survivor. Okay, that's actually might be kind of good. I'm going to save that one for the end. The Butcher's cape is decorated with shriveled, screaming faces of its victim. Attacker rolls a d10. If the result is greater than the courage, they suffer brain damage equal to the monster level. Oh, no. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put that at the end. I'm going to get knocked back before that happens. We're going to go... Oh, wow. I don't like this one either. Okay, we're not going to fail. That's what's going to happen. We're not going to fail. That's going to be our plan. So I'm going to go ahead and see if we hit that one first. We're going to go ahead and try to wound this location. We're going to roll up our die and see what we get. We got an 8. Now, she gets a ton of strength. 8, 9, 10 from this. Then she gets 11, 12 from this card right here. 12, 13, 14 from her Monster Fang knife, or necklace, sorry, and then she also gets +2 innate. So she was able to wound him. Let's see if that actually happened. I have to roll my die, and we got a 4, so that means it did actually wound him. So I'm going to take the top card off our deck and put it there. We're going to go ahead and put this away. Next, we're going to go at the crown, since I did not fail, and we're going to see how this goes. We're going to roll up our die and see if we wound him. We got a 4 again, so 4 plus a billion here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't think we actually got him. That's only 12. We needed a 14. We did not actually wound this, but that's okay. I'm going to suffer bash now. So he's going to knock me back 5 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and knock me down. It was bash, sorry, I don't get knocked back, I just get knocked down. That's what bash does. So she's knocked down right here. He's going to turn and move towards the farthest survivor. Now, of course, the farthest survivor is way up there. So he's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She would knock down again if he walked on top of her, but it's not really going to matter because she's on the ground. At this point, I'm going to encourage her. I'm going to go ahead and bring this die to a 7, and we're going to go ahead and encourage her to stand up. And then she's going to go ahead and dash and attack again from where she is. She again is going to use that Cat Fang knife. She's going to roll her 4 dice and see how we do against this Butcher. We need, I think it was like a 3+. And we got a total of 3 hits. Let's just make sure that's right. The Cat Fang knife needs a 6+, 5+ in the blind spot, and I've got +1 accuracy, so it's a 4+. So I need a 4+. So I get 2 cards here. Now I didn't pounce in, so I don't get the extra accuracy. And let's see what we found. We found the breastplate, +2 toughness to wound this location. Oh, lantern explosion. I don't think I want to blow that thing up. Reflex, full move toward the attacker. Don't move, it's already adjacent. All right, so we're going to go ahead and hit that one first. So we're going to go ahead and roll our dice and see what we get for that attack. We got a 3, that's a miss. This reflex, it's just going to move towards us. Doesn't matter. It is already next to us. Next one we're going to do is this furious breastplate. We'll see how that goes. All right, I got a 1, I didn't wound. All right, she's going to go ahead and put this one back. This one doesn't happen. Let's see here. +2 toughness, lantern explosion. If the roll to wound this hit location is lantern 10. Okay, no, it's a lantern 1. I got a lantern 1. All right, so she's done. She has surged. She has dashed. She has done everything she can. I'm going to go ahead and bring her survival down to 6. Or no, it's at 8. Sorry. Hers is at 8. Oh, it's at 7. So I'm going to go ahead and put it at 6. Because she dashed in and attacked. So we're going to bring it down to 5. We'll go down to 5. See how that goes. Or is it at 7? She didn't do anything the first round. And then she dashed in and did this. So I think she's at 8. Oh, she dodged one. So she's at 7. She is at 7 total survival. She's totally fine. I'd already moved the survival thing when I moved her up. We're going to go ahead and attack now with him. He's going to be the next person to attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, this is in the right spot. He's going to go ahead and shoot him from right here. But I think he's going to dash first. He's going to dash to right here. I've got a plan. dash to right there, and then he's going to go ahead and shoot him. Or should I dash to here? Let's see. I got to do some counting now. Where he is exactly where I want him to be. I'm going to have him dash to there. And before he does make his attack, I'm going to have some other people do things first. I've got my courageous folks way up here. They're also going to dash as well. He's going to dash 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to right here. She's going to dash 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, okay. And she's going to dash 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to right there. Those two have both done dash actions. They're going to bring their survival down to 7. Both of them are at 7. And we're going to continue on with the rest of our group here. I think now I'm going to go ahead and have him fire. He's going to go ahead and use his action and his move to go ahead and make an attack against that character. He only gets to roll 1 die. We'll see how this goes. He got a perfect hit, but sadly it doesn't help him with anything. That's totally fine. I'm going to draw my hit location card, and we've gotten, oh no, Furious Shoulder. Oh no, she's going to get hit. It says the butcher spins, violently smashing everything around it. All survivors in zone of death suffer bash and knockback 5. So she's going to go flying yet again anyway. But I do have to see if I wound that location. Let's roll up our die and see what we get. We got an 8 plus 9 is 17. That's plenty. We've gone ahead and wounded him. I'm going to go ahead and take that off the top. But before we do, we have to roll our die. If we get an 8 plus, then, oh no, we didn't wound him. I'm going to go ahead and put this back on top of the eye deck. And that's the end of that. She's going to get knocked back all over the place. She's going to knock back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, and she's going to be knocked out. I don't think I'll be encouraging her this turn because she's already done everything she can this turn. He still has an action and or he could surge, and that's really all he has left. We're going to go ahead and move with Raph 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to right here, and then he's going to go ahead and attack with his action. He gets to roll 2 dice with his spear. He got a 6 and a 6. Both of those are going to hit. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the next cards. Come on. I got a Armored Pig Shoulders and Furious Scrag. Death Blow. Well, it's not going to kill him. So hopefully we'll still see. This is the only thing you can critical hit, I think, in this one. Let's see here. Super Dense. If the attacker attempts to wound this location, the frail weapon is destroyed. Well, I don't. If the Lance of Longinus is frail, then I'm playing with the wrong stuff. It is melee weapon, spear, two-handed bone. No, it is not frail. That's fantastic. We're going to go ahead and wound this one first. Let's see how we do. Roll it up. We got a 3 plus our spear itself is a 9, so that's 12. And he has 2 strength, 12, 13, 14. So that is a hit. Let's see if it actually remains a hit. We're going to roll that up. It does. So we're going to go ahead and take the top card off our AI deck and put it in the wound stack. Next, we're going to go at the Furious Scrag. We're going to roll our die, see how we do wounding it. We got a 6 plus a 9 or 8 or whatever from the thing is a total hit wound. We're going to go ahead and roll to see if we wound him, though. Yes, we did. Oh, this is awesome. All right, we're going to go ahead and put that in the discard pile. His attack is over. We're going to put these here. He's going to surge. Now he's going to surge, and he's going to go ahead and use his bandages to get rid of this bleeding token off of Raph. She's now going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to right here, and then she's going to go ahead and attack him with her mace. She gets 3 attacks with that whistling mace. Let's see how it goes. She got a total of 2 hits, so we're going to go ahead and look at the next 2 hit location cards. Come on, this deck is getting real low. Oh, there it is. Overpower. You are trapped. The attacker is doomed. All survivors in the zone of malice gain 1 bleeding token and suffer knockback 5. All right. Before this goes off, I can go ahead and use I'm going to surge with him. Raph is going to go down to 6. He's going to go to 6 survival, and he's going to surge to use his bandages to get rid of the 2 that are on Gwyneth. Gwyneth no longer has those, so she's, whatever else, is still going to get bashed and knocked back all over the place. All right, let's see how this goes. So our characters are going to be knocked back 5. Let's go ahead and do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think this stops us. Let's see what it says. Blocks survivor and monster's field of view, interrupts ranged weapon attacks and monster targeting. Survivor cannot move through spaces occupied by this terrain. Oh, well, there you go. I can't move through things hit by that terrain, so I believe I just get knocked back to there. So since she can't get knocked back 5, she's going to collide with this, and I'm not exactly sure if that means she's going to be knocked down from this. I can't actually answer that question. I'm just going to leave her standing. She got knocked back into this. She kind of went oof, and she stood there. And now that I think about it, he could do the same thing. He could just knock back into this and oof. He's fine. Or maybe I should knock them down. I'm not exactly sure which one to do. Please let me know in the comments below if when you get knocked back into something that is impassable, do you actually get knocked down or do you get to stay standing up? I'm actually going to knock my guys down just to give the monster the benefit of the attack. Remember, in Kingdom Death, the monster is always right. And I guess I'm the monster. So these two are going to be knocked down. Everybody's knocked down. He's already encouraged this turn to encourage her to stand up before this. So that's really all I can do. The only person that's still standing is him. Wow. Actually, I could knock this. You know what? I'm going to knock this guy back 5. 2, 3, 4, 5 back to here so that he can encourage. Raph is going to go ahead and go down to 5 survival. And he is going to encourage her to stand up so that she can make her second attack. Now, of course, they do get bleeding tokens. So I'm going to give 1 to Raph and 1 to Gwyneth. They both have 1 bleeding token right now. And we're going to go ahead and I think that's going to be, yeah, she's going to go ahead and attack. Now, of course, we do have to shuffle up our hit location deck. We have to give that thing a good old truffle shuffle yet again because, of course, we found the trap. Let's see how many times we can find that trap this game. That'll be an awesome game to play on its own. All right, there we go. These are all shuffled up and they're going to be all set to go. We'll give them a big old cut right about there. And now it's her turn. She's going to go ahead and surge. Why not? She's going to surge to go ahead and attack. She's going to use her 7 survival to go down to 6. And she's going to surge to see if she can hit this guy with that mace. She's got 3 attacks. Let's see if she can do it. We're going to roll them up. And we got one hit. We got 1 hit. 6, 5 where she is. 4, 3 because she has +2 accuracy. So she needed a 3+. She only hit him once. Let's see if she hit him in the cleaver. So she gets a insanity and that's going to be the end of her turn. We're going to go ahead and move into our butcher's turn. She is sitting at 6 insanity right now. And now he gets to perform pretty much 3 actions. Okay, now comes the true pain. Here it comes. Backhand. All survivors in impact zone. She's the only one in the impact zone. In a clockwise order, attack each survivor in the impact zone. If there are no survivors in the impact zone, menace. All right. Speed 1, accuracy 4, 2 damage after damage, target suffers knockback 5, and bash, which will knock her down no matter what because bash knocks people down. I'm going to let this go. If I dash out of the way, he's just going to menace us, and that's going to be terrible. So she's going to go ahead and just take this. She's going to be, so it's going to roll 3 dice, and it needs a 3+ in order to hit us. Let's see how that goes. It hit us with all 3. I don't think she has any other evasion. She does not. So she's going to get hit for 3. Let's see what places she gets hit for. She gets hit in the body, and boots. I'm going to go ahead and dodge a body shot, meaning I'm going to take 4 damage to the body and 4 damage to the legs, leaving her with 6 armor in both of those locations. She's going to be knocked down, bash, and knockback. She gets right there. This is his first attack. He is done. He's going to go on to his second AI card. He gets to do, oh, I dropped it on the ground. He gets to do, what is it? Hopefully nothing too bad. Forbidden Light. When it comes into play, draw an AI card. Light Radius. When a survivor ends their act in the light radius, they get a -1 strength token. At the end of each monster turn, place the token on Forbidden Light. If Forbidden Light has 5+ tokens, discard all -1 strength tokens gained from Forbidden Light. Okay, so I basically have 5 rounds of getting weaker and weaker trying to deal with this. All right, that's a mood card. We're drawing still his second attack. Let's see what he does. He's going to Butcher's Roar. All non-deaf survivors intimidate. Roll a d10 for each target. On a result of 4+, target suffers 1 brain damage per monster level and is knocked down. All right, at this point, this is where it's going to get really, really bad because I'm going to have to, if they get this, they're going to go insane. We're going to start with Clydia. She's going to go first. Let's see what she rolls. She got a 1. She's going to be totally fine. It's a 4+. Next, we're going to roll for Raph. Raph is going to go next. Raph is totally fine. Oh, this is amazing. All right, the next person is Hawk. Hawk is going to go next. Oh, Hawk takes 3 insanity, meaning he's going to go ahead and gain 3 lunacy tokens. Hawk has gained his 3 lunacy tokens. We're going to put them right there, which means now he is going to suffer the frenzy brain trauma, which states that I'm going to gain D5 insanity. Let's see how that goes. I got 5. Now this thing did 3, so I'm actually going to gain 2. So I'm actually at 18 insanity, which is a lot of insanity. We're going to go ahead and put that right there. Now he also is going to gain a +1 speed token and a +1 strength token. On top of that, I can't use any survival anymore, any fighting arts, any weapon specializations, like I'm ever going to have those, and a weapon mastery, like I'm never going to have a weapon mastery. I, of course, can gain this multiple times. I've gone ahead and wrote his survival at 6. I've gotten rid of his die up here because he can't use survival anymore. Doesn't mean he loses his survival, he just can't use his survival anymore. So what you see is what you get now. Now, of course, this arc bow now fires with 2 speed, so I can actually fire 2 of them in a turn. I lose the slow on melee weapons. That's not a melee weapon, so I don't lose the slow on that one. So sadly, I'm still going to have to abide by the rules on that card, but actually this isn't going to be too bad as long as he keeps on targeting somebody other than him, because now he can't dodge, he can't dash, he can't encourage, he can't do any of that stuff. He's totally down to just this one attack every turn pretty much. The Butcher's Roar is complete. We are still going to have to draw one last card for him. What is he going to do? Wild Carve. It says closest threat facing. Closest threat, and then it's going to move and attack. It's going to, all survivors adjacent to the monster suffer 1 damage to a random location and gain a bleeding token. Awesome. All right, this is going to be very, very bad. All right, we're going to go ahead and abide by this card. Closest threat facing. There are no threats facing because it's all going to be that way. So the next one is closest threat, which is going to be him, because she's not a threat. She's on the ground. So he's going to go ahead and move over here and attack him. So, of course, our frenzied guy who can no longer dodge is about to get smashed by a wild carve. So our Butcher is going to roll 4 dice. It needs a 4 accuracy. That's going to go to 2 accuracy. Now, he has 3 evasion, so it's actually a 5+ in order to hit that guy. Let's see how our Butcher does. He's going to roll 4 dice, needs a 5+. He hit with 2. Let's see what 2 places he has hit our brave survivor. He has hit them in the body and the legs, each doing a total of 3 damage. I'm going to gain a bleeding token, and then both of them, I believe, are going to gain a damage to random hit location and a bleeding token. So let's go ahead and do that. Hawk and Gwyneth are both going to gain a bleeding token. Hawk has 1 bleeding token, Gwyneth has 2, and of course Hawk has now only 2 armor left in his body and his legs. He's doing okay. Now, of course, I do have to take a random hit to our locations. Gwyneth is going to take a hit to the hands, and Hawk is going to take a hit to the legs. So that puts his legs down to 1. Whoa, that's too bad. But Clydia's still doing okay. Or sorry, Gwyneth is still doing okay. Her legs, of course, are now at 5. That's the end of the Butcher's turn. We're going to go ahead and discard that card, and we're going to go into our turn now and see what we can do. Before we do that, I do have to go ahead and shuffle our hit location deck. This card was out, so I do need to shuffle this whole thing up a little bit, give it a good old truffle shuffle. Again, let's hopefully push that trap all the way to the bottom. This is a no trap day. That's what we want. We're going to go ahead and stand up our survivors that were knocked down during the last turn, and we're going to start our turn. I think we're going to start with Gwyneth. She's going to go ahead and move back here and attack with that whistling mace. She gets 3 attacks, hopefully hitting. Let's see how she does. She got a 9, 8, 6. That's 3 hits. Let's see where she hit him. Oh, no, it's sitting right on top. She's gotten hit with every trap so far. All right, so she's going to, of course, be doomed. She's going to get a bleeding token, knock back 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably almost off camera. He's probably going to follow her after this, right, and perform basic action, target the attacker. I might have missed that on the last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's going to go ahead and attack her. That's absolutely terrible. There's nothing I can do about that, is there? No. She's going to gain a bleeding token from the actual hit from Overpower, this actual trap card, which was terrible. In the zone of death. Yeah, that was horrible. Actually, I think he was in the zone of death too, wasn't he? Yes, he was. He was in the zone of death. He's going to go knock back 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's very, very sad because he can't even get... It's going to take him his entire turn to get back. Oh, he can't even do that. He doesn't dash or doesn't... Oh, it was a horrible time to draw that card. He can't actually perform any survival action, so he can't actually get back up on top of this until... It's going to take him like 2 turns to get up there. Well, she's got knocked back like crazy. And she's over here. He's going to attack her. Let's see how this goes. He performs 4 attacks with his basic action. Let's see how he goes. He goes, I think he hit with everything. He's going to need a total of 2+. She has 1 evasion, so 3+. So yeah, that hit all 4 times. And she's doomed. She can't do anything about this. Let's see where these 4 attacks hit her. Body, legs, hands, and head. Gwyneth is taking 3 damage to all these locations. She's down to 2 in the legs. Oh boy, she's getting real low in the legs. It's always the legs. She's going to go down to 4 in the head, she's going to go down to, what is it? Oh, she's doing fine in the hands. She's at 7. And then on the body, she's going to take another 3, so she's going to have to go down to 3 in the body. Because he did 1 damage for the attack, and then he has 2 tokens. Now, of course, here's the kicker. Boom! Another bleeding token, because at the bottom of our basic action card here, it does say, target gains 1 bleeding token. Barf! Alright, so that's the end of her turn. I don't think she's going to be doing anything else for a long time. Gwyneth is going to go ahead next and dash. She's going to spend her survival to dash 1, 2, 3, 4... to right there, I think. That's her dash. Now, she did attack from here. He knocked her back with that trap. I'm not sure if that really ended her activation here, but since I'm not exactly sure, I always have to go in for the for the monster. I'm going to give her a -1 strength token. If I'm wrong about that, please let me know. I'm not sure if her attack, her activation did end next to him, because he moved in and attacked, and that was really the end of her activation. But, I don't know. All right, we're going to keep on going. That's how we're going to play it. She's going to take the -1. Now, this is a dash. It's not an action, so she's not ending her activation adjacent to him. So she's done there. I'm going to have him go next. He's going to dash 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to right here. That's what he's going to do. He's going to go ahead and lower his survival down to 4. I'm really surprised I've been using the survival as much as I have. I expect us all to be lunatics by now. All right, and then he's going to go ahead and move 1, 2 to right here and attack with his Lance of Longinus and see how that goes. Hopefully then I can use my bandages with her. Oh no, I'm going to go ahead and move in here and use my action to go ahead and use the bandages. We're going to use the bandages first before I make the attack. Wow, imagine if this thing would have hit everybody for 1, she'd be dead. She has 2 bleeding tokens left, so that's the best I can do there. Now he's going to go ahead and surge down to 3 and attack with that Lance of Longinus and see how it goes. We're going to roll up 2 dice because he only has 2 speed and see if we're able to hit him. We got him once. Now before we do that, we have to, of course, mix up our hit location deck. We have to do that. I forgot to do that, of course. Give it a good old truffle shuffle here, and then give it a good old cut. Well, we'll cut it right about there and see how this goes. We're going to draw our hit location and see what it is. We have got the Furious Scrag. Oh, it's the Death Blow card again. It's not going to matter. I'm going to go ahead and see if I'm able to wound this location. Roll it up. We got a 9. That's definitely a wound. Now I have to roll to see if it actually sticks. Oh, no, it doesn't stick. And of course, he did end his activation adjacent to this monster, so he is going to gain a -1 strength token. That's to be the end of it. I'm going to go ahead and discard this. And we're going to move into her turn. She's going to dash 1, 2, 3, 4 to right here, 5 to right here, and now she's going to pounce right into there and attack. She's using her activation and her movement to go ahead and attack from the blind spot and see how this goes. She gets 4 dice to see if she's able to hit this guy. Let's roll them up and see what she gets. She gets a 1, a nat. Oh, that big 0 is going to help a ton. I'm going to gain a +1 strength token because I is able to get a perfect hit. I gain a +1 strength token. When I'm knocked down, I remove the +1 strength tokens. But that's hopefully going to counterbalance his forbidden light card that he's got going on. We were able to hit 4 times. Let's go ahead and look at all 4 of those locations and see how it goes. We have found Thick Cape. The Butcher's Cape is decorated with shriveled, screaming faces. Attacker rolls a d10 if the result is greater than the courage. They suffer brain damage equal to the monster level. That's at the bottom. Wound. Blow shocks the Butcher, knocking off balance. Butcher staggers, gain -2 toughness for the end of the round. That's first. Then we've got the Lantern Explosion again. Oh, and the Butcher's Cleaver. I put that there. She gets +1 insanity. That means it's going to put her at, 11 insanity. And now we're going to put these in the order I want them. We want this one last. We want this one first, and we want that one second. There we go. All right, that's the order in which we want to attack this guy. So let's go ahead and see if we're able to wound him. The first one I roll up is an 8. That's going to be enough to be able to wound this location. So it staggers him off balance. He gets -2 toughness. Again, I'm going to put that right there so I can forget about it. And we're going to see if we can wound the Furious Breastplate. Oh, I have to roll to see if I actually did wound it. We did, so I'm going to go ahead and take the top AI card off the top. And now we're going to see if we can wound this location as well. Let's roll it up. Oh, we got a 1. We totally missed. So nothing happens. There's nothing that goes on about this one. We're going to go ahead and move into the last one here, the Thick Cape. Now the Thick Cape automatically, this could be really bad. We're going to go ahead. Oh, I did wound it. All right. Oh, maybe I didn't. We have to roll to see if it wounds. Oh, it didn't wound. That's terrible. All right. Now I have to roll. The attacker rolls a d10. If the result is greater than the courage, they suffer brain damage equal to their monster level. So let's go ahead and roll it up. Now she has a courage of 4. Please make this roll. Yes, I got a 1. Check that out. We got a 1. So that means she did not actually have to suffer any brain damage. Oh, that's totally awesome, because now she's going to go ahead and surge and hit him. Now she did end her activation adjacent to him, so she's going to grab a -1 strength token, and we're going to go ahead and fight him again. She's so basically her +1 strength and her -1 strength token are going to pretty much cancel each other out. I'm going to keep this out until I have to shuffle the deck so I can hopefully remember it. She's going to roll up her 4 dice and see how she goes. We're going to see if we were able to hit. We got 2 3s, a 6, and a 9. Now I don't get my +1 for accuracy for jumping in anymore, and our Cat Fang knife hits on a 6, 5, 4. She hits on a 4+, so 2 of them did not hit, but 2 did. Let's see how we do on those 2. We have found the Furious Gauntlets. The attacker locks eyes. Turn to Intimidate. On a 5+, the attacker suffers 1 brain damage per monster level. This one is Wound. The Butcher is knocked down, gain +1 courage. That's going to be awesome. I'm going to do that one first. That's going to be the one we want to do first. Let's see if we're able to wound that location. We got a 9. That's enough to wound that location. Now, of course, we have to roll to see if it actually does wound. We got another 9. It does not wound. All right. So we're going to go ahead. I believe I didn't fail because I still wounded. No, I did fail. Perform basic action, target the attacker. So he's going to turn around and attack her, which is absolutely terrible. We'll see how this goes. He's going to roll 4 dice and attack her. She can't use any type of survival whatsoever. So she's going to be attacked with 4 dice. And he got 3 hits. Let's see where the 3 hits hit her. We're going to roll up our dice. The 3 hits hit her. Hands and 2 waist. We're going to go ahead and take 3 to the hands. So that's 1, 2, 3. We're going to be in our heavy wound here. We're going to take 3, 6, 4, 5, 6 to the waist, and that's going to be enough there to base. She's only knocked down. I have not had to roll on the table yet, which is absolutely awesome. Now, of course, I do get another one of my magic bleeding tokens, so she's also at 2. Good news, bad news, she's knocked down. Bad news, good news, I don't have to worry about this card potentially making her go insane. Now, of course, she does gain again another 1 plus -1 strength token, I believe, because that was a surge, which is an activation. So she has 2 -1 strength tokens and a +1 strength token. But now she loses this because she was knocked down. So now she has no +1 strength tokens, and this could be real bad. I have 1 person left. She has not surged yet. She's going to go ahead and surge, and she's going to go down to 4 in sand, or 4 survival, and see if she can actually hit this character with her mace. She's going to go ahead and roll her 3 dice. Let's see what happens. She hit twice. Oh, and one of them's a perfect hit, so I can go ahead and look at the next AI card and see how it goes. Oh, it's that Wild Carve again. She has 2 of these. Let's see here. All Jason's grab a bleeding token. I don't like that, but it's a basic. It's not too bad. But everybody adjacent's going to suffer 1 bleeding token. That means 3 people are going to suffer 1 bleeding token. That's going to be really close to killing some people. I'm going to put that at the bottom. Though I'm sure that it's not going to matter too much because there's 4 cards, and I know one of them's actually really bad. We're going to actually keep that on top because I know the one way on the bottom is really, really bad. So we want to make sure if we don't actually wound this guy with his attacks that doesn't happen. Let's go ahead and see if we're able to. Well, we hit twice. We're going to look at our 2 locations. Let's see what we got. We've gotten Furious Crown, and we also got the Furious Shoulders. All right, let's see which one this one says. Everybody suffers bash, or everybody gets knocked back 5 and suffers bash. I think we'll just all suffer. No, I'm going to suffer knockback and bash. That's going to be way better. I'm going to suffer knockback and bash from the zone of death. Before I rolled a wound, I actually rolled a 1 as well, which means I have to take a damage to a body location. I took it to the foot again. No, she's doing so bad in the feet. She only has 1 armor left in the foot. She's going to go ahead now and see if she's able to wound the Furious Shoulder. We're going to roll our die up, and she got a 6, plus she gets sharp, which is a 7, so that's 13, plus all of her stuff. This means she did actually wound the Furious Shoulder. Let's see if she actually did wound it. We have to roll that first. Yes, we did wound it. So we did take this off the top of the icon. Oh, no, now I think about it. This was the one I wanted to put on the bottom. Oh, I'm so bad at this. Why do I use this mace? I'm so bad at using the mace. Everybody's going to suffer knockback 5 and bash, which isn't going to be too bad. Let's go ahead and do that. She's going to get knocked back 1, 2, 3, 4 to right here. He's going to get knocked back. I'm going to knock him back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over here and bash. and she's going to get knocked back 1, 2, 3, and bash. Like that. I'm going to go ahead and discard this because I don't have anybody else that's going to be able to do anything about it. Of course, we still have our character over here that hasn't done anything. Since he's frenzied, all he can do is move and activate. That's it. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to right here, I guess. Maybe I'm just going to have him stay there, and then next turn he can jump up on top of this thing. And that'd be the end of that turn. I mean, it's going to take him like 2 turns before he can do anything until he gets back on top of this thing. Now, she did not end her activation adjacent to the monster because, well, she got knocked back and bashed. So her activation did not end her next to it, so she does not get a negative strength token. And that's the end of our turn. And before we go into the butcher's turn, I'm going to put him here. He needs to see him. If I put him behind here, he's not going to be able to see him because the stone face says it's an obstacle and it blocks survivor and monster's field of view. And if I'm not able to see him, that means that when he does any type of actions that have to do with like closest survivor and field of view or closest, then he's going to actually menace, which is going to do brain damage to people, which is what I don't want. He gets 3 actions now. In true Butcher fashion, we've got 3 survivors on the ground and 1 that's frenzied. Let's see what happens to our survivor that's not frenzied. Closest threat facing, closest threat. So the only threat on the board is him. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 towards that threat. He did not, that's the end of his action there. All right, he's done with that one. We're going to move into the next one, which is probably going to be pretty bad. Hugh, closest threat facing, closest threat, no target menace. All right, we're going to go ahead and move him up here. He gets to move 1, 2, 3, 4 up to here. It means he lands on this guy, which means he suffers knockback and bash. Put him down there. And then he's going to go ahead and get hit here. Speed 1, accuracy 3, damage 3. Bleed 1. Target gains 1 bleeding token. Bash. Target is knocked down. All right, he's going to knock us all down. Everybody's going to be on the ground. All right, we're going to go ahead and roll that up and see how it goes. Now, he's going to be able to gain 3 dice for his speed 3. He needs a 3+, but he only needs a 1+ because of his 2 accuracy tokens. Now, 1 will automatically fail no matter what. Now, I do have +3 evasion, so that's actually going to bring it to a 4+. Let's see how this goes. 4+, he hit 3 times. That's going to be really, really bad. All right, let's see what 3 places he hit our character in. Oh no, 2 in the body and 1 in the hands. So the 2 to the body is going to just basically put him into where he is going to be rolling on the severe injury table. The 1 in the hands, he's only going to take 5. Only 5. He's only taking 5. But he's going to go ahead and lose all that. I'm going to give him a bleeding token, which could be for naught here, because now I have to go ahead and roll on the severe injury table. And we got a 9. Hopefully that's not going to be too bad. He has a collapsed lung, which means he's going to gain a -1 movement token, and of course he's going to be gaining another bleeding token, bringing him up to 3. Hugh does go ahead and knock us down as well, so we're going to go ahead and take a bash, and we're going to be knocked down. He has 1 more card to draw. Let's see what he has found. He's gotten Bite. Closest threat facing, closest threat. There's no threat, so he's going to menace. This is the one thing I was really hoping to avoid. And he can't use survival to stand anybody up, otherwise I could maybe do that. We're going to go ahead and check out what Menace says. Turn the butcher to face the closest survivor. The survivor says there's 1 brain damage per monster level. Oh, that's actually really good. So he's going to suffer 3 brain damage, but he's already insane, so it doesn't matter. He's going to go down to 15 insanity, which actually works to our favor. He's then done. He's done with all of these cards that he's evil cards. We're going to be moving into our turn now. We're going to be putting a token onto his Forbidden Light card. That's his 2nd token on that. And we're going to be able to stand all of our characters up because that all happened on the bad guy's turn. He knocked him down at the end of the monster's turn. You stand everybody up. So I believe he gets to stand up as well. I may be wrong. I might have done that one wrong. But that's okay. Well, he's frenzied. He really wants to get in the fight. That's going to be our turn now. Let's see what we can do. We're going to start with Raph. Raph is going to dash to here. It's going to cost him 1 of his survival. He goes down to 2. Now, I haven't ended my activation next to him. It was just a dash move. She's also going to dash 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to right there. She's going to go down to 3 survival as well. At this point, I'm going to have Raph surge now for 1, and he's going to go ahead and use his bandages and take the 2 bleeding tokens off of Gwyneth. So she has no bleeding tokens now, which is going to be really good. He's going to move 1, 2 to right here, 3 to right there. I want him on top of this thing. And for his activation, he's going to go ahead and use his own bandages to get rid of 2 of his bleeding tokens. That's the end of basically his turn. He can't do anything else. These 2 have only dashed. They have other things he can do. He still has a move and an activation if he wants to. He's going to go ahead and activate to attack this butcher. Now before we do that, I have to go ahead again and mix up our hit location deck because of course we went all the way at the beginning of his turn. He is supposed to go ahead and shuffle up his hit location deck because you never know where that trap's going to be. And it's one of the reasons I didn't bring the cat eye circler with me because I don't really know what's going to happen anyway. He's going to go ahead and attack. He's going to use his spear. His spear gets 2 attacks. We're going to see how this goes. He rolls them up. He got a lantern hit and a 9. That's fantastic. We've gone ahead and hit the Furious Crown and the Furious Gauntlet. Which one's this? Butcher lashes out wildly, clearing a path for its all survivors adjacent to the butcher suffer bash. Barf. All right, well, that's going to be the last one. What's this one? The attacker looks, okay, this one could be bad. All right, well, he only has 1 survival left, so if he does go insane, that's not too bad. We're going to go ahead and roll these up. He's going to go ahead and attempt to wound the Furious Grievous first. He rolled a 2. That's not going to be enough. I think he totally failed. He got 2 plus his natural strength of 2, so he's at 4, plus 9 is 13. That is not enough to hit him. He needed a 14. Plus, of course, he has a -1 strength token. So he needed a 15. He has failed, which means this thing is going to turn to face him, and he's going to attempt to intimidate him. On a roll of 5+, the attacker suffers brain damage. Let's see what. Oh no! There we go. He's insane as well. So he's going to drink from the frenzy drink. And well, I guess he's not going to drink from the frenzy drink. He's going to drink from being frenzied. But I still get to attack. Just because I go frenzy doesn't mean I don't get to finish my turn. I'm going to go ahead now and deal with this. Now I do get a +1 speed token, and I also get a +1 strength token. Now I get to see if I wound the Furious Crown. Let's see what happens. I'm going to roll my die. We got a lantern 10. Sadly, I can't critically hit that location. Now, just because I wounded it doesn't mean it actually sticks. Let's see how well that goes. We did. We actually got a wound through. We're going to remove an AI card from the eye deck. That's awesome. Now, of course, he cannot use any more survival, so anything he's planning to do is done. She could still move and attack. She can pounce, which probably wouldn't be the worst plan ever. He's done. He's done. Oh boy, this is coming down to the wire. She has to pounce. That's what has to happen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, she can move around over here and attack him from right there. That's going to be what we're going to do. Now I just want to make sure. Oh, wait, the Furious Grieves. Lash out wildly. Everybody adjacent has to suffer bash. Full move toward the farthest survivor. So before I do that, he has to do that. Forgot about that. This is bashed, and our farthest survivor is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So he's going to move this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, right to there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's really, really sad right now. Super sad. 1, 2, right to here, and then she can pounce in over here. That's going to be our plan. She's going to move to there, or dash to there, so her survival is going to go down to 6. And then she's going to pounce. So actually, I don't have to move my survival for that. She's just going to go ahead and use her speed, 1, 2, 3 of 3 speed, and she's going to use her activation to pounce and attack this guy. Let's see how we do. She gets to roll 4 dice. She's looking for real low numbers, hopefully higher than a 3. We'll see how this goes. She gets a 6 for this. She's in the blind spot for a 5. She gets +1 actually for a 4, and she's pouncing in. So I actually get +1 accuracy when I pounce with my White Lion Gauntlet. So it's a 3. She hit with all 4 of those attacks. Let's see how this goes. This could be absolutely devastating. Hopefully it's not too bad. Come on, no traps. Let's see how this goes. We got, oh, here's the cleaver again. We did not find the trap. Okay, fantastic. So I'm going to get +1 insanity, bringing her insanity up to, I think, 11 or something. And we're going to go ahead and hit some of these now. Wound. Oh, we're going to do that one first. Reflex. Zone of Death. Barf. What's this one? Attack roll a D10 greater than their courage they suffer. Okay, she's still got a lot of insanity left, or a lot of survival left. She's not going to go insane yet. I'm going to go ahead and do the Butcher's Mass first. We're going to go ahead and try to wound that. We're going to try to wound it. Let's see what we get. We're going to roll up our die. We got an 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. -2 is 14, 13. Wow, I might not have wounded. Let's see how this goes. All right, so she gets 2 here. So that's 2, 3, 4 from here. Then she pounced in there. So I think she gets an extra one. 4, 5 from this. and then she gets 6, 7 for this. So she has 7, and then she has an 8, so that's 15, and then she gets her plus 2, 16, 17, minus 2 is 15. So she actually did wound, but wow, she just barely wounded with an 8. Now let's see if that wound sticks. It does. So we're going to go ahead and take his AI deck, because he's used all his cards in his actual AI deck, so we know what's in here. A bunch of hacks and cleaves and butchery stuff. We're going to go ahead and put that right there and take a wound off the top of the deck. This one has succeeded. He has -2 toughness, which I'm really going to need. Look at all this. I needed all this to even wound this thing. Let's go ahead and see if we wound the second roll. Our second roll is a Lantern 10. Now, sadly, I can't critically wound this location, or this one right here, but let's see what happens. We were able to wound it, so I'm going to go ahead and take this off the stack. That's fine. Now, since I'm in the zone of death, I'm going to get knockback 5, 1, 2, 3, and bash. Totally fine. This guy's going to get knocked back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 off the board and bash. He's totally out of the camera picture, I know. And that's the end of her action and her attack. Now, he still has the -2 toughness out there, but I don't think anybody else can get him. She's already dashed. She can move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to right there. Maybe I can get her to actually hit her, which probably wouldn't be the worst thing ever. I'm going to put her right here. I think that'll be good. I think that's fine. We're going to go ahead and remove this off the board, because that's going to be it. She could encourage her to stand up, but she's moved, dashed over there and pounced in. So that's really the end of her turn. She can't really move again. He's already dashed. Did he move? Well, we're just going to call it a day. These guys have all done stuff. It's time for the butcher to do something and see what he can do. Oh, he's frenzied. Doesn't matter. He can't do anything at all. Here comes more pain. We're going to see what happens. Now, she does not gain the -1 strength token because she didn't end her activation there. She got knocked back during the attack. We're going to go ahead and see what this butcher does next. Our butcher is going to bite. Closest threat. That's going to be her. Turn and attack. She's going to go ahead and bite her with 2 speed, which is going to be 4 speed. Needs a 4 plus, goes down to 2 plus. Because of his accuracy tokens. She has +1 evasion, so it's going to go to a 3 plus. Let's see how that goes. He gets to roll 4 dice and needs a 3 plus. I think at this time I might actually go ahead and surge. I'm going to surge to a 2. Being hit in the head with a million attacks would be terrible. And I'm going to go ahead and block. I'm going to block with my shield. That's going to block one of the attacks. Let's roll them up and see what we get. We got all hits, so I'm going to block one of the attacks. Fine. Now we're going to see, well, I don't have to see where I get hit. All the attacks are going into my head. This is how it works. Oh no, I just suffer a random severe head injury at the end of this. Oh, this is even more terrible than I thought. I should dash out of the way of this. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to take any damage from this. This is terrible. We're going to go ahead and before he rolls, I'm going to dash. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's already picked his survival, which is going to be me. So I'm going to dash 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over here. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think he can walk on top of this thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to right there. And he's going to go ahead now and pick his next card. This one's going away. And we're going to go ahead and see what we have next. We have Hack. I think that's going to be a lot better than Bite. That was terrible. I don't want to get a head injury. We're going to go ahead, closest threat facing. He rolls the same dice, so I'm just going to have him move 1, 2, 3 up to here to attack me. And when he does that, I'm just going to keep the same dice I rolled. I'm going to take the block with the shield, and he's going to go ahead and hit me in 3 different places. So we're going to go ahead and roll these up. He's going to do 3 damage, and afterwards I'm going to gain a bleeding token. Let's see where he hit me. In the body and 2 in the waist. I can take the 2 in the waist, and I could probably even take the body shot. But I think it's always best if you have the survival to use it. I'm going to go ahead and go down to 1. And I'm going to dodge the body shot. Because I've got 7 in the waist, so I can take 6 damage to the waist. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to go down to 1 in the waist. Gwyneth is going to take a bleeding token. She's at 1 bleeding token right now, which isn't too bad. I then am going to go ahead and discard this card. I have 1 more attack that he can do. He's going to go ahead and hew. That's going to be her again. Oh man, this is a real bad card. She's already blocked and she's already dodged, so I don't have anything I can do about this one. Maybe I shouldn't have dodged that shot. Now I thought about it. Too late. We're going to go ahead and get hit for 3 attacks. I need a 1 plus. I get +1 to evasion, so a 2 plus, so it needs a 1 to miss. Let's see. Come on, 1s! No, I got no 1s. Okay, I think she's about to get really rocked. She's going to take 3 hit locations, and each of these locations are going to do 5 damage. 2 to the hands and 1 to the body. 2 to the hands, 1 to the body. That's going to be a total of 10. So she's going to get 7 8, 9, and knocked down. And then she is going to take 5 to the waist too. So that's one. Yep, she's going to roll on the severe injury location to 2 locations. The body, or the arms, and the waist. So let's see how this goes. Come on, not too bad. We don't want to get anything bad. We'll do the arms first. The arms is a 3, and the waist. Oh no! Why does the best always go down? Oh no, our lantern armor is just destroyed. She is in big trouble. The 3 of the arms would have gave me 2 bleeding tokens, but here's what really happens. Final breath. With your last gas, you utterly final word of bravery. Adjacent survivors gain +1 survival. There's nobody adjacent. And you are dead. So that's terrible. He's going to be starting to power himself up now. We're going to place her right here on the dreaded trophies, and the first person that he's able to kill, all attack profiles gain after damage bleed 1. So every attack he's going to be doing bleed 1 on every single one of the attacks. Oh no, it's going to be terrible. Oh no, we're going to start bleeding out. The Butcher has finished his turn. He's going to gain another token. He's up to 3 on his Forbidden Light. When there are 5 tokens on this, I can discard all the -1 strength tokens gained from Forbidden Light. Let me just make sure we're doing this right. It says, when survivor interact in the light radius, they gain -1 strength token. At the end of each monster turn, place a token on Forbidden Light. If Forbidden Light has 5+ tokens, discard it and all strength tokens gained from Forbidden Light. All right, that sounds good. At this point, we're going to move into the butcher, or our turn, I guess. The butcher's done. He butchered somebody. We're going to go ahead and do his frenzied fast target, I should say. We're going to go ahead and mix up his hit location deck a little bit. There we go, all set to go. We're going to go ahead and cut it and put the cards like that on top. We're going to make a whole big mess here. We're going to stand all our guys up, and we're going to begin our next turn. There we go, all of our guys. And of course, even this guy up here, who's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there. But I'm going to leave him right there. You never know, the butcher might end up over there, and we might be able to go for him. Now, we're going to move into our next turn. I don't even know what to do. I'll tell you right now, this Forbidden Light is absolutely terrible. I think I'm playing this correctly. It does say that they get -1 strength tokens at the end of the monster turn. I don't think the end of the turn is after I draw all the AI cards for that monster. I don't believe that it would be 1 for each monster. Right? So he's got 3 tokens. Wow, this thing lasts 5 turns. That's ridiculous. All right, we're going to have him go first. He's frenzied. He gets +1 speed, so he actually is going to be able to roll 3 dice with these Lance of Longinus, which isn't too bad. Let's see how we do. We're going to roll it up, and we get a 7, a 9, and a 4. That 4 may have hit. Let's go ahead and take a look. I have a 6 to hit, and he only has +1 accuracy, so I did only hit 2 times. So let's go ahead and see what I hit. I've gone ahead and hit the Furious Greaves Reflex, full move toward the attacker. Don't move, it's already there. Okay, fantastic. Super dense. If the attacker attempts to wound the location with a frail weapon, I'm not too worried about that. We're going to go with that one first because we already know that our weapon's not frail. Now, I have a -1 strength token and I have a +1 strength token for being frenzied. So we're going to see if we wound that location first. We get a 6 + 9 is 14. That's plenty. We're going to roll to see if that wound actually sticks, and it does. So I'm going to go ahead and take the top card off the AI deck. Okay, that's awesome. We're going to go ahead and continue on. We have the Furious Greaves. We're going to roll that up. Let's see what we get. We got a 3. That probably didn't hit. 3 plus we have a total of 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That is enough. We did actually wound that, or did we? Let's find out. We did wound it. We got a 7, so we were able to wound that card. I'm going to take it off. This reflex does not, or this reflex does fire off. Full move toward the attacker. Don't move, it's already adjacent, so I do have to move him right here. And now that he's finished his movement, that's the end of his activation. He's going to grab a -1 strength token, and even more bad news is about to happen, I think. Because doesn't he have enough? No, he's totally fine. I thought he had the disorder where if he ended adjacent, he actually gets knocked down, but that's somebody else. All right, we're going to go with her next, maybe? She's going to move. She's going to move to right here, 1, 2, 3. And then she's going to pounce on in, is what she's going to do. Again, we're going to go ahead and use our last, oh no, she still has survival. She has 6. She's going to go on to 5 to dash. Then she's going to pounce and see how this goes. She gets to attack with her dagger again, which she gets to roll 1, 2, 3, 4 dice because of her White Lion gear. Let's see how that goes. We got a total of, we hit all of them. And I get a +1 strength token too. That's going to be great because I have 2 -1 strength tokens, which are terrible. We're going to go ahead now and see if we, see what we hit. We have to draw 4 cards and see what we hit. We have gone ahead and hit, let's see here. We've got the, oh no, there's the trap. Boo, you trap. All right, let's see what happens here. I know what happens, bad things. Attacker is doomed. All survivors in zone of death gain 1 bleeding token and knock back 5. So she's going for a ride. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's going down here. And then they're all going to gain bleeding tokens. Oh, no, here we go. This is going to be the end. She's going to gain her 3rd bleeding token. Raph is going to gain his 1st bleeding token, or sorry, his 2nd bleeding token. Then what's going to happen? He's going to go ahead and basic action target the attacker. So he's going to turn and move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to right here. And he's going to go ahead and attack her. Oh, no, I don't want her to attack her. She's the only one that can do anything. She's going to go ahead and roll his 3 dice and see how he does. He gets a total of, I think he might have only hit 1 time. Let's go ahead and check it out. He has a 4+, then it goes down to a 2+, but then I have +1 evasion is a 3+, and that's all I've got. I have plus, we did hit all 3 times. Oh no, she's going to get absolutely mauled here. I'm going to roll 3 dice and see where she gets hit. The head, the body, and the waist. Good news, bad news, she's not dead. She's going to take 3 damage to the head, so she's going to go down to 1. Then she's going to take 3 damage to the body, which she's going to be in 1, 2, 3, and then she's going to take a serious wound to the waist, but we're going to go ahead and discard our dried acanthus that states, you suffer a severe injury, ignore it, and archive this card instead. And of course, I'm going to grab my 4th bleeding token, which is absolutely awesome, which I think is going to be the end of her. I think he's going to get her next turn. We'll see how it goes. I do get knocked down from that, so she is on the ground. That, I think, is the end of our turn. Oh no, I've still got Hawk, which can do so much. No, not much. We still have Hawk. Hawk's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to right here. I think that's going to be the best plan. And now I did an action with him, but I did not move with him. So I think he can still move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think he's going to move over here. I've got a plan. We're going to see how it goes. We're going to hopefully, if he actually doesn't have, if he has to attack threats, she's not a threat, and he's a threat. So we might have to run over here first before he can actually attack him. Let's see what he gets to do. Now, of course, the butcher gets 2 actions. Let's see how this goes. We're going to go ahead and do kick, move, closest threat facing, closest threat. All right, that is going to be him. So he's going to turn around and move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's going to stop right there. We're going to go ahead and continue. Let's see what his second attack is. His second attack is going to be Wild Carve. All right, awesome. Closest threat. All right, well, we know who the closest threat is. That's him. He's going to be able to roll some dice and see how it goes. He's going to roll, what is it, 3? He has 1, 2, 3. No, it's 4 dice. He has 2 + 1 speed tokens. And he needs a 2+ in order to hit him. Oh, he gets a 3+ because I have +1 evasion. Let's see how this goes. Come on, lots of 3s and 2s. Oh, we got 1. All right, so we're going to be hit in 3 places. Now, I can't use any survival because he's frenzied. So let's see where these hit me. These are going to hit me. Oh, no, 2 to the hands and 1 to the feet. I think we're in big trouble. 2 to the hands is going to make him suffer 6 damage, I believe. Is that what that does? Yes, 6 damage. So I'm going to be at my light. Next, we're going to hit in the legs. So I'm going to actually go down to 2 in the legs, which isn't too bad. And I'm going to gain a bleeding token, which is terrible. So I'm up to 3 bleeding tokens. Then, if we read the bottom of this card, it says, all survivors adjacent to the monster suffer 1 damage to a random hit location and gain 1 bleeding token. Terrible. So I'm going to go ahead, gain 1 more bleeding token, and I'm going to take a damage to some location. My waist, that's fine. It goes down to 5. Now, of course, the worst part about this whole thing is I still have to draw 1 more card. And if it's an attack that attacks him and it damages him, everything suffers bleed, and he's going to die. So we have to go ahead and mix up our hit location deck, and lo and behold, I think he's going to be dead. Or sorry, our AI deck. Let's see. We're going to mix this up and see what happens to him. No matter what this one is, it's going to do bleed if it hits him. All right, kick. Closest thread. Here we go. 2 speed. So he's going to attack with a 4 speed. And he's going to pursue him to the basic action. Oh, this guy's so dead. All right, we're going to go ahead and roll up our 4 dice and see if he hits him. If he hits him, I'm just going to be done. He's going to gain his 5th bleeding token at the end of this no matter what. But if he doesn't hit him, he's going to pursue him and attack with a basic action. So let's see. Closest threat facing. That's him. That's threat. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, thank goodness. I can actually shoot him with my bow. All right, we're going to go ahead for accuracy. So he needs a 2+. Let's see how this goes. This guy's so dead. All right, we got hit with 4. He's going to suffer a bleeding token. He is dead. We're going to go ahead and place him down on the dreaded trophies, and we're going to see how that goes. Now, of course, that was our 3rd card from our butcher. So our butcher is done, which is okay. Now, the problem is, oh man, I don't know what we're going to do. Now, the one thing, I actually had this card out on the board. I should have actually shuffled this one in, but that's okay. I'm going to shuffle it in right now. We're going to go ahead and just reshuffle that deck a little bit. And then we've got our guy all set to go. Of course, I do also have to shuffle my hit location deck, which is done now too. And I think our entire group is done. We're going to go ahead and see what the dreaded trophies do. With our second trophy, it says the monster is going to gain a +1 movement token and a +1 speed token. Oh, that's absolutely terrible. That's the end of the butcher's turn. He's going to gain another token on his forbidden light. I know it's a different color, where he's down to 4. Next turn, I'll be putting my 5th token on, and he can actually move those off. She's going to stand up. He's going to go ahead and shoot with his bow. He's got his bow he can go ahead and attack with. And since he has that +1 speed token, he can make 2 attacks with the arc bow, needing a 6+, but he has a +2 accuracy, so he only needs a 4+ with that bow. So we're going to roll them up and see how it goes. We got a 9 and a lantern 10. That's awesome. I don't think he gets anything extra for a... No, he doesn't. He doesn't get anything extra for a super attack. We're going to go ahead and see where he hit him. We hit him... Oh, no, the cleaver pops up again. All right, but we did hit him in the armored pig's shoulder. I do get a insanity, so I'm up to like 16 with this guy. This guy's out of control, insane. We're going to go ahead and roll to see if we wound that armored pig's shoulder. Let's see what we get. We got a 4, plus he gets 9. So that's going to be a 13, plus he has +1 strength, so it's 14. That is enough to wound our butcher. Now, of course, did we actually wound him? That's the question. We did actually wound him, so I'm going to go ahead and take a card off the top of the eye deck, and that's the end of his turn. He can't do anything else. He can't surge or anything. Oh, this guy, she's going to dash 1, 2, 3 to right here, and then pounce on in again and see if she can actually get this guy. Hopefully she doesn't get killed. She's got 4 bleeding tokens. She's probably going for broke here. He might be the one that has to pull this out at the end. With the cat fang knife, I get to roll 4 dice. And let's see how that goes. Come on, we need all these to hit. Or do we? I got a lantern 10. That's going to give me an extra +1 strength token. So I'm up to, I only get 1 because I lost the other one when I fell down. So I have +1 strength, but I'm at -2 strength. We did hit 3 times. Let's go ahead and see how we do. Hopefully no traps. We've got Furious Gut, Wound. The Butcher is knocked down. All survivors gain +1 courage. Oh, I've been forgetting to get the +1 courage to everybody if I knock this guy down. I don't know how many times I did that. All right, failure, perform basic action. I think it only happened once. What's this? Failure. Looks and blocks eyes, gets intimidated. Butcher's Cape reflex, D10. The result is greater than the courage. They suffer brain damage. Okay, this is terrible. I'm going to go with this one first. And what's this one? 5+, and this one is the courage. What's her courage level? I think it's less than 5. We're going to go ahead and start right there and see how we do. We're going to go ahead and roll these up. Come on, damage him. 8, that's a wound. So we're able to wound this guy, so the butcher is knocked down, which is awesome. One of the reasons it's awesome is because the rest of these attacks are not going to cause any of these to happen. We're going to go ahead and put that over here. Now, of course, I do have to roll to see if that actually wounded him. And it did. He got 1. That's awesome. We're going to go ahead and put this right here. All right, we're going to go ahead and see if we wound this location now. I need to roll it up. We got a 9. We wounded this location, or did we? Yes, we did. We did wound that location. I'm going to go put this here. The failure action doesn't happen. We're going to go to the thick cape. We're going to roll that one up. I'm going to see if we get him. Come on, let's get him. I got a 7. That's enough. 7, I'm hoping it's enough. It's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, we're totally fine. But is it enough? Let's find out. It is. I got a 4. That means that we were able to wound that location as well. We're going to take this card and put it off the deck. That's amazing. He's only down to 1 AI card left. Oh, this is so good. All right, that's the end of the attack, so he is going to stand back up. Now I get to go ahead and surge. I'm going to surge that. I've got a 5. I'm just going to go down to 4. Come on, we need to get this guy's... I need to do 2 more wounds. All right, we're going to do 4 attacks on this guy with my cat fang knife. Let's see if we can get this guy. I got 3 hits, I think. I don't think the 2 is going to hit. I need a 6, 5 in the blind spot, 4 because of my accuracy. So I need a 4+. So I did hit 3 times. Let's go ahead and see where we hit him. Oh, this trap's in here. We're in big trouble. Oh, I don't think it is. Nope, it's not. Okay, fantastic. We've got the Furious Shoulder. I'm going to suffer his bash and knockback 5. Totally fine. Failure. The Butcher lashes out and hits people in the head. That goes in the back. Okay, there we go. That's the order we're going to do it. If I fail this one, it's not the end of the world. I'm going to suffer knockback 5 and bash. He'll be 1 more attack action, which will probably go massacre this guy, but hopefully she'll be able to attack him. Of course, if I wound both of these locations, it's over and the Butcher is done, and we have taken on level 3 Butcher with, of course, some serious consequences. We lost our Lance of Longinus again, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's see if we wound the Furious Greaves. We're going to roll it up, and I've got a 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. What might not hit? Let's see here. I get 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, 15, 16 minus 2 is 14. We have wounded the Furious Greaves. Or did we? No, we didn't. He rolled a 10. We failed it. So the Fury, he's just going to turn around. That's going to be bad. All right. Oh, no, this is going to be really bad. Because now this is, I could still go for this one first. And if it fails, he's going to headhunter this person. It's always going to hit the head. I can't have that happen. He has a lot more ability to dodge stuff than she does. And she still has 3 insanity to be able to take this guy on. So I think we're just going to go ahead and hopefully wound this one. And we got another 7, so that's potentially a wound. Yes, it is. It is a wound. We're going to go ahead and remove the last AI card from his stack, which means he only has his basic action. Now, of course, I'm going to suffer knockback 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and bash, so I'm down. That means he's the only target of this attack, which is going to be absolutely terrible. Oh, he's going to take 3 attacks from this guy. All right, we're going to put this back, and he's going to go ahead and attack. Move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's going to be his basic action. He's going to go over and just maul this guy. Oh, this is going to be fun. Now, before we do our attacks, I do lose my -1 strength token for falling down, and I ended my first activation next to him, so I get -1 strength token. That might have affected the actual damage I did to him in the last round. I'm not exactly sure. We're going to go ahead, though, and continue on. We're having a ton of fun. This is an awesome fight. I'm really enjoying this Butcher level 3. This is really cool. Of course, I've probably made a few errors in this because I'm going fast and having fun. We're going to get absolutely destroyed by this guy. He gets to roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dice against him, and we're going to see how this goes. So I get to roll 5 dice at a 4+ accuracy. This could be the end of this guy real quick. He does need a 4+, goes down to a 2+, and he has +3, so it's actually a 5+. He needs a 5+ in order to hit him. Let's see how this goes. He hit with only 2. Now he can't use any type of survival. So here's the 2 damage. It comes in on the waist and the body. And that's going to be really bad. He's going to go ahead and take 3 to the waist, which is going to put him at 2. But his body is already at the heavy location. So he actually is going to go ahead and take a ton of... He has to roll on the evil table of death and destruction. So let's see who it is. Okay, Saman, don't be too bad. We got a 9. That's going to be really good. He's not actually going to be dead. 9 is a collapsed lung again. You can't catch your breath, gain -1 movement token, and gain a bleeding token. So he's up to 2 bleeding tokens, 1 for the attack and then 1 for this injury. So Hawk has 2 bleeding tokens, and we're going to continue on. This is the first time he's done an action. For his second action, we're going to go ahead and do basic attack again. Closest survivor in field of view, no target menace. There is a closest survivor in field of view. Oh, this is going to be bad. All right, he's going to... Oh no! I was hoping he wouldn't actually attack him again. I thought he'd menace. Closest survivor in field of view. So it has nothing to do with if he's a threat or not. He is a survivor in field of view. He's about to get attacked. So we're going to go ahead again and see what happens. Our Butcher again is going to roll 5 dice, and he needs a 5+. Let's see what happens. He got a total of only 1 hit. Oh, if only I could do something about that. But I can't use any survivor, so I can't dodge it. Let's see where he got hit. He got hit in the hands for 3, which is again going to put him on this terrible evil table of death again. Oh no, let's see what happens to him. All right, he is going to suffer an 8 to the hands on the severe injury table. He's going to gain a spiral fracture. So your arm twists unnatural, gain -2 strength tokens, skip the next hunt, and gain 1 bleeding token. The worst part about this whole thing is the 1 bleeding token. So that's another 2 bleeding tokens he's taken, 1 from the attack and then 1 from the severe injury. He again is up to 4 bleeding tokens now. And he has 1 more attack left to do. And of course, he is the person in front of him. So he's going to go ahead and roll the 5 dice again and see if he hits. Now, if he hits with any one of these dice, he dies. I'm not even going to go ahead and deal with it because he's going to gain a bleeding token. So hopefully these are all 1 through 4s. Come on, don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me. Oh, he did get me. Oh, he only got me once. I almost survived. But he did get 1 bleeding token. So that means we have gone ahead and lost Hawk. Hawk is also a victim of the Butcher. Our third trophy states that now he gets +2 damage tokens. So he's up to 4 damage tokens. Oh, if we don't take him out this turn, I think that's going to be it. Now, the good news is he is done with his action. So if we look at our Forbidden Light, has 5+ tokens, discard, and all -1 strength gained from Forbidden Light. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this, and I'm going to remove the tokens. Discard it and all. So that means he actually now has 1 AI card, which is actually kind of bad. So we're going to go ahead and remove all of the Forbidden Light tokens because he would be gaining 1 more at the end of his turn. Bring it to 5. We're going to discard this card, and we're going to go ahead and move into our turn. Before we do have to shuffle up our hit location deck for the Butcher because that's what it tells us to do. He's a fast target. We're going to go ahead and put that back here. She's going to stand up. That's the end of his turn. She's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to right here. And then this is for all the marbles. If I don't actually make this, this is going to be it. She has 4 bleeding tokens right now. So this could be the end of my entire experience. We're going to go down to 2 for dashing over there. Then we're going to go ahead and pounce. We have to pounce. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to be able to get a lot of bonuses for this. Now, of course, the only thing that could really be a kicker is if I fail this and he does a basic attack on me, she's going to be dead because she's going to gain a bleeding token. So hopefully we can get through this fight. We're going to go ahead first and roll our dice and see how it goes. She gets to use her Cat Fang knife, which does give her 4 dice to see if she could hit. Let's see how it goes. All right, I need to hit this guy. We got a total of 1, 2, oh my gosh, 2 perfect hits. That's going to give me 2 +1 strength tokens, which is going to be awesome. Now, of course, I have gotten rid of all our -1 strength tokens, so we don't have any more of those because we got rid of the Forbidden Light. Now, of course, we do have to hit 3 different locations. I don't think I got 4. We have a 6+, 5+, for being in the blind spot, 4+ for our pounce, and 3+ for our guy. So yes, we did hit with all 4. So this could be good or bad. Oh my gosh, this is so hard running. There are 4 cards here. Which ones are they? Oh, it's the cleaver. That's no good. Oh no, another cleaver. We got 2 cleavers. That's horrible. We have to wound with both of these or it's pretty much game over. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and wound this one first. Let's see what this one says. Regret the courage. Okay, so I'm going to have to go with the Furious Gut first, and then we're going to have to go with the Thick Cape. Now, this is, even if I wound, I still have to roll and get a lower than, if I get an 8+, then I don't actually wound him. Oh my gosh, okay, here we go. We're going to go with the Furious Gut first. We're going to roll up that die and see how we do. We got a 3. Oh no, that's not going to be enough. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We actually did it on 2+ hits because of the 2+1 tokens. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we did wound, but did that wound stick? It did. Oh, I got a 2. All right, we're going to go ahead and remove our card. Now, of course, the only card he has left is the basic action. Oh, and he's also knocked down. And I gain a courage. That's awesome. I gain a courage. That's amazing. So Clydia gains another courage. She's up to 6 courage right now. 5 courage, sorry, 5 courage right now. And we're going to go with our Thick Cape. We have to wound this location or it's going to be curtains. And we got a 9, so that does wound him. Okay, now does it actually stick? It does. We got a 1. Okay, so we were able to take him out with the basic action is done. His Thick Cape, we wounded it. He's done. We beat the Butcher level 3. Wow. This probably has to be my favorite fight of all time. I have never had a more fun fight than Butcher level 3 with all this fun stuff going on. Of course, I probably made a lot of little mistakes here and there, especially with some of those strength tokens going back and forth. But wow, what an amazing fight against this guy. This guy is truly an amazing fight to go against. Oh, wow. All right. This was awesome. Super excited for this fight. Now, of course, we do get some spoils and we get some hunt XP and all that stuff. So we are going to go ahead and do that because I think a lot of that might play into what's going to happen in the settlement phase. The first thing we're going to do is we did go ahead and gain 2 more hunt XP, so we've reached our 2nd age marker. I've gained another point in my dagger, and I've noticed I already made 1 mistake. She had a torn hamstring. I didn't catch this, meaning she can't use fighting arts, which means she shouldn't be able to use the strategist, which means we shouldn't have been able to put our stone face onto the board. This should not have actually been out there. That was my fault. But you know what? We're just having fun. We're having a great time. So that's okay. We do get to go for our 2nd age milestone. We're going to roll that up and see what we get. We're going to go ahead and roll our 2d6. We got a 9 plus 7 is 16. So we're going to go ahead and we get a random fighting art that I can't use because I have a torn hamstring. So let's go ahead and check it out. We've got our fighting arts right here. Give them a quick truffle shovel. Doesn't matter which one I grab because I'm not going to be able to... Oh, that's hilarious. I got the same one. Wow, really? Same one? Okay, well, then so be it, Jedi. She's going to be able to... She gains strategist. I'm not sure if I draw again. If you do, please let me know in the comments below, and I will give her draw again, even though, like I said, with the torn hamstring, I can't even use them. So I shouldn't even be able to use this one. I should write that down here. Can't use this. There we go. Right there. There we go. All right, we're going to remember that hopefully next time we fight. We'll see how that goes. That's going to be the end of what she gets. And because your courage didn't go up, I didn't get my specialist yet. But it doesn't matter because of the torn hamstring, I can't use it. So it's kind of funny that she's getting all this stuff. We do get our rewards, so I can roll a d10 and add the butcher's level to the result. The group gains any listed resources or gear. Add them to the settlement storage. So we're going to go ahead and roll it up and see what we get. We got 1. That's going to be terrible. 1 plus, I get to add 3, so it's 4, which is actually right here. It says the butcher lets loose a final roar. Its body explodes, scattering D5 broken lantern resources. Oh, that's what I want. I want broken lantern resources. So we're going to go ahead and roll and see how many lantern resources we get. We got a 9, so that means we're going to get 5 broken lantern resources. Oh, that's going to be so good because we can turn that all into iron, hopefully. Oh, this is going to be an awesome, this has turned out to be really good and bad at the same time. Like I said, we lost Lance of Longinus. All right, so we're going to go ahead and gain 5 broken lantern resources. Also at the bottom it says, when a level 3 butcher is defeated, roll a d10. On the result of 4+, nominate a survivor. The survivor cuts off their own face and fashions it into a mask. Out of control. Gain the Forsaker Mask rare gear. You may gain this benefit once per campaign. If the settlement has Memento Mori, they gain the Forsaker Mask without rolling. Now it doesn't say that I die from cutting my face off, but I can't see too many people that live from this. It doesn't say I die. So apparently I'm going to nominate Clydia. She's going to cut her face off and turn it into Forsaker Mask. And I don't have to roll because I have Memento Mori. Our Forsaker Mask is right here. It says it's an item, mask, metal, other. It says unique, irreplaceable accessory. At the start of your act, if insane, gain 1 action, +1 action. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? That's amazing. During the settlement phase, you may archive this item to build the mask maker location. Oh, that might be something I want to think about, but I don't know. This mask looks pretty good. And that's it. We were able to take down the level 3 butcher. We've claimed all our rewards. Like I said, I'm sure I made a few little mistakes here and there. Hopefully it wasn't too bad. This was an amazing fight. As I already said, probably my favorite so far to date. We lost a lot of really good people, but we still were able to take him down thanks to Clydia's final blow with her pounce and attack. Oh, it was so awesome. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the playthrough. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell symbol so you know when the settlement phase comes, which will be in the next video. Also, please feel free to leave anything in the comments below. I would love to hear from everyone. This was amazing. Have you been able to take on the level 3 butcher and made it through? Because I don't know too many people that are probably going to make it through with. We got really lucky, I think. We don't think we hit the trap as much as I thought we could have, and really, some of those rolls were pretty clutch. That Forsaken Lantern one that he brought out where I started getting -1 strength tokens, oh, I'm not a big fan of that at all, especially when I went back in right when I had to try to kill him at the end. That was pretty awesome. Super epic fight. Again, thank you so much for watching, and if you're excited to see our settlement phase, then I need you to meet me at the table.